Most department your projects, pain driven, engine drumming. Hey, look how far we coming. Heartbeat on the streets, you can do it. Ain't built for the weekend, sweet. This sugar.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Arizona Cardinals. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go now. To the Pittsburgh. They can't handle with that. Check, 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 check. Check 12. 26. Slam, slam, slam.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
On the toss, here's Johnson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Throwing on first down is Murray. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The throw over the middle taken in and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It's second and 8 at the 36-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On second down, here's Murray. Now they go screen. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And Eifert has it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 27-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Let's go, let's go.
Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. And his throw here's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Murray to air it out again. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 25 yards that time. First carry for Raquel Armstead. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burns. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 39. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back under here.
Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a... touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Mike 56. Here we go. 56 to Mike, boys. 56.
Murray now on 1st down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Adam Thielen, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Play fake, Brissett. Throw left side, complete. That's Burns. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
First down.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. Going with Armstead, a 1st down carry. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. These two teams all tied after 1. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back, the special team.
David Johnson on his way. The 40. He's at the 30. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big run there by Johnson. 72 yards. The ultimate speedster, showing that speed in front of his home crowd. They love that.
Made me stand up on that run because right now all I want to do is wave to the crowd. More noise, more noise. You got to reward him for that one. A big-time monster run.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. T.J. Logan, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
22-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Brissett. And this is Cook with a grab. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Trying to pick it up with Armstead. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Let's go. Let's go, D.
On play action, Brissett. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And 9 at the 17-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. This one caught by Isabella. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
56, right there, 56. I'm scared.
On third down, Murray. Got his man. It's Eifert. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They go play action here on first down. That ball complete to Isabella. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella, his 6th touchdown of the season, as these guys are able to regain the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Beginning the drive here with Armstead. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Play action now. Brissett. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Brissett now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now Armstead trying to run inside, but nothing there. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. It was Braylon Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
You better be ready next time.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. And he's going to go down again. Chandler Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Second and 9 at the 29-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
55, 55. Go, go. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final? He's got a man, complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Brissett. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Nick Perry able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Brissett. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They go play action with Brissett. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Huge play for the defense. What a turn of events. They get the fumble return for a touchdown, the last play of the first half.
And how about the defense providing a score, amping up not just themselves, but the entire team as they head into the locker room.
And does that change the locker room speech at half?
There shouldn't be much of a speech necessary now. They've got things going their way.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he finds Cook. A big 30-yard play on third. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Chandler Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Brissett now. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's Scott. He will push his way down to about the 14. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Lutz good on the extra point. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
57's the Mike. Watch 57. Here we go. Here we go. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Check safety. Check safety. Watch the safety. Go, go. Check 9. Check 9.
They run with Logan. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Here we go. Hey, come on. You must be dreaming.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. All day, every day, any day. Hustle.
First down, Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bird. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals. Murray now hitting on 2/3 of his passes. 10 for 15 so far. First and 10. Here's Murray. Screenplay. Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
You better be afraid of me. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. All day, baby, all day. 47 mic.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Murray going to lead his guys up first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Check three.
Murray now on first down. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Check hot route.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. Now the former Sun Devil, Zane Gonzalez, for the field goal try. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Yes. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Switch it, come on, switch it.
From the gun, here's Brissett. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Play fake, Brissett. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15.
45. Mike, 45.
Again, it's Brissett. And able to find Kirk complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain of 22.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? On 1st down, Scott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup, 1st down, New Orleans.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Oh, no, he lost the football. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
3rd down, it's Armstead. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
And this one is right down the middle. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
15 yards on the play, first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Second down, Murray sets to throw. This one caught by Isabella. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Here's Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line and whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Johnson. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. No. Off. Hey, watch it. Hey.
On the ground, this is Johnson. He'll have a first down inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll run it with Johnson, and he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now.
He's got it at the 15. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. The line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Brissett. And he's going to have the hook up to Scott. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
To throw, Brissett. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Brissett sets to throw it. He's got Smith here. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Here's Brissett. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try.